share this one up there.
I don't think I need, I think I need this. Yeah. And then I go back to the Zoom. Sorry, we're just doing our setup, our tech setup. I should be hired for IT. I don't know, getting done with all this. And then the last thing is, so we'll move them up. Then we're going to go there. Marissa, can you see the screen? I'm going to have to do one final.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Because right now you can see the notes and things on the side, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So let me. And now you should just only be able to see the presentation.
That's correct.
All right, thank you, thank you. So the time is now 5:32, and we'll go ahead and jump right in. Prior to starting, let's just start with introductions so we can get a feel for who's in the room. Can we start with you guys online first for introductions, then we'll wrap our way around starting with Bailey.
Sure, you want me to start?
Yeah, you can go ahead and start. Just introduce yourself, who you are, grade level kid, and your involvement, and we can wrap around.
Got it. My name is Marissa Rosenblum. I have a daughter who's a 6th grader at Sutton and a son who is a 9th grader at North Atlanta. Did you want me to say more?
Okay. Stephanie, you can go next.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Houghton. I am mom to Caroline Houghton, who is an 8th grader at Sutton. And then I have a 5th grader at Sarah Smith and a kindergartner at Sarah Smith.
Okay. And hello to your fur baby back there.
And that's Butters. She has anxiety and the storms are not, she's having trouble. So I apologize.
No worries, no worries. We get it. Bailey, you want to go?
Hi. I'm Mr. Bailey. I am a 7th grade science teacher here at Sutton.
Matthew Bryant, 7th grade math teacher.
DeMarcus Lamar, 6th grade math teacher.
Adrian Williams, 7th and 8th grade reading teacher.
Dr. Merriweather, proud principal.
I'm Ashley Scott. I've got a 7th grader, Oliver, a 6th grader, Emma, and a 3rd grader, Barrett at Morse Brandon.
And I'm Lewis Metcalf. I'm the 7th grade assistant principal.
All right, so let's jump into it, you guys. Welcome to Sutton's Go Team meeting, where we will follow the agenda as it has been emailed to you and publicly noticed. I am pleased to call this meeting of the Sutton Go Team to order at 5:34. I will act in the capacity of interim Go Team chair for this meeting. Sorry, it's YouTube. It's streaming on YouTube, so we'll be stepped up. Absolutely. He was asking, are we recording? And so we're just streaming from YouTube, so the recording will lie there in YouTube land. Thank you very much. Our first order of business to appoint an interim secretary and call roll. Mr. Bryant will serve as the interim secretary only for this meeting. Our official secretary for the 25-26 school year will be elected during this meeting. The interim secretary will now take roll. Mr. Secretary.
All right, please respond present when your name is called. Dr. Merriweather.
Present.
Stephanie Houghton.
Present.
Annette Sullivan.
On the way.
She's on the way. Traffic.
Ashley Scott.
Present.
Mr. Lamar.
Present.
Adrian, Ms. Williams.
Present.
Matthew Bryant. Joel Iverson. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so this team will only be able to take official action if a quorum is present. Mr. Secretary, is there a quorum present?
Yes.
All righty. Our first order of business to approve the agenda. This was provided to you, and I also have copies for you. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda.
A second?
Second.
Are there any amendments to the agenda? All in favor, please raise your hand so the secretary can record your vote. Online, we have you. All opposed? At this time, please raise your hand. All opposed? Any abstentions? All righty. Now we will move to filling vacant seats, the open community seat, and the open swing seat. Before we begin the process, I'd like to remind the Go Team of the following. The principal brings forth the nominations for the vacant and open community seats. All Go Team members have only one vote per seat. Individuals filling a vacant seat will serve until the conclusion of that seat's term. Individuals filling an open seat will serve for the full 2-year term. Upon approval, individuals are immediately full Go Team members and may join the meeting. We will now move to fill the open community seat. This person will serve on the Go Team for a full 2-year term. I have taken the pleasure of nominating Ms. Marissa Rosenblum, who's on the call, to fill the open community member seat. Does anyone have any comments or discussion about Marissa?
I think Marissa would be a great addition.
Okay.
That's a nice comment.
With that said, we will now proceed to vote on the nomination for Ms. Rosenblum for the community member seat. All in favor, please raise your hand.
If I vote.
All opposed, please raise your hand. Anyone abstaining? Congratulations, Ms. Rosenblum. Welcome to the Sutton Go Team for the 25-26 school year.
Glad to be here. Thank you guys so much.
No problem. Moving along, we will now move to fill the open swing seat. This person will serve on the Go Team for a full 2-year term. Nominations for the swing seat member may be made by any Go Team member. Does anyone have a nomination for the swing seat? Because if not, I've already invited my nomination and he's sitting right here. Okay, so thank you, you guys, for that piece. We will now proceed to vote on Mr. Robert Bailey to fill the swing seat. Before we begin with voting, does anyone have any additional comments or discussions about Mr. Bailey being our sole nominee?
Think you would be.
Thank you.
Yeah, exciting, Mr. Bailey.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you guys for your feedback. We will now proceed to vote on the nomination of Mr. Robert Bailey for the swing seat position. All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, please raise your hand. Anyone abstaining? Perfect. Congratulations, Mr. Bailey. You will serve in the Go Team swing seat for the 2025-2027 term. Job well done. Welcome to the Go Team. Now we will review and approve the meeting minutes from our last meeting. I have taken the liberty of having those copied for everyone. And so what I will do is, here you go, you'll take one, pass it down, and then you guys will take one and pass it down. This is our last meeting, essentially just giving a rundown of the last Go Team meeting on March 11, which just discussed our approval of the agenda. The previous minutes, we discussed our final budget recommendation, discussion and questions, and I did a principal's report. And so that's very high level to those of you online. That's very high level for the agenda. And okay. I'm just catching us up on the PowerPoint. Okay. Are there any corrections? If there are no further corrections, may I have a motion to approve the previous meeting's minutes? A second?
Second.
All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, please raise your hand. Anyone abstaining? Thank you, Mr. Secretary. If you will make a record of that. We will now move to electing Go Team officers and representatives. Before we begin the nominations, I would like to remind the Go Team of the following. Nominations do not have to be seconded. A member may nominate themselves. A member may nominate more than one person for any position. A member may decline a nomination during the nomination process. Members may not serve more than 2 consecutive terms in the same officer position at the same school. Nominees do not have to leave the room during the nomination period or when a vote is taken. If there is more than 1 nominee per elected office, each nominee will be offered an opportunity to share why they should be elected to the seat. The newly elected officers will assume their position starting at the conclusion of this meeting and serve until June 30th. All voting members have only 1 per seat. First, we will elect the Go Team's chair. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the chair include, but are not limited to, leading Go Team meetings, working with the principal and Go Team to develop meeting agendas, ensuring every Go Team member has an opportunity to be heard, and monitoring team compliance. I will now open the floor to receive chair nominations. Mr. Secretary will record all nominations. To kick us off, I nominate Mr. Lamar, as he served as the Go Team's vice chair last year.
I second that nomination. Thank you.
Would any of the nominees like to decline the nomination? Or Mr. Lamar in this case?
No.
If there are no further nominations, I will close the floor. We will begin the confirmation process. We have 1 person being considered for the chair seat. The nomination for chair is Mr. Lamar. At this time, Mr. Lamar, would you like the opportunity to explain why you are the best candidate for the position? Other Go Team members may ask nominees questions before voting. So Mr. Lamar, in 60 seconds or less, would you like to do a quick spiel?
All right, I feel like I'm the best candidate for it because, as Dr. Merriweather said, I was vice chair last year, and this is my 4th year on the Go Team. So I feel like I really have a commitment to study, to excellence, and to this Go Team. Like, I love being in this work. I feel like I've had a firsthand in it. So I just want to continue.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Lamar? Okay. And so at this time, we'll go ahead and vote on Mr. Lamar. Please raise your hand to vote Mr. Lamar for our Go Team chair. If you are in favor, please raise your hand at this time. Anyone abstaining? Well, congratulations, Mr. Lamar. You will serve as the Go Team chair for this school year. Job well done. Next, now we will elect the Go Team's vice chair. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the vice chair include, but are not limited to, ensuring the Go Team follows the procedures, working with the principal and chair to develop meeting agendas, and acting as chair if the chair is not present. I will now open the floor to receive vice chair nominations, and the secretary will record all nominations.
I nominate for
Ms. Williams has received the nomination. Any other nominees? Would any of the nominees like to decline the nomination? Ms. Williams in this case? Okay, if there are no further nominations, I will close the floor. We will begin the confirmation process. We have 1 person being considered for the vice chair seat. The nomination for vice chair is Ms. Adrienne Williams. At this time, Ms. Williams, in 60 seconds or less, I will give you an opportunity to explain why you are the best candidate for this position. After, other Go Team members may ask you questions before voting. The floor is yours.
Well, it's kind of a surprise, but a pleasant one. I have a commitment to education. This is my 20th year in education. I have a commitment to the school, the mission and its vision, and the children. And I just love what I do. Thank you.
Thank you. Well said. Please raise your hand to go ahead and vote for Ms. Williams as vice chair of our Go Team. Anyone abstaining? Congratulations. Ms. Williams, you will serve as the Go Team vice chair for this school year. Congratulations. Now we will elect the Go Team secretary. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the secretary include, but are not limited to, posting Go Team documents, the agendas, summaries, and minutes to the website, taking minutes at Go Team meetings, ensuring the Go Team is in full compliance with Georgia open meeting laws. I will now open the floor to receive secretary nominations. Mr. Interim Secretary, please record all nominations. Not all at once. No, we're excited to be here and thrilled.
Okay, I'll nominate myself.
So our interim secretary has now made the nomination. It seems like you are the sole nominee. And with that being said, I guess you're not going to decline as you nominate yourself. If there are no further nominations, I will now close the floor. We'll begin the confirmation process as we have one person being considered for the secretary seat. The nomination for secretary is Mr. Matthew Bryant. At this time, I will offer each secretary, or I will offer Mr. Bryant an opportunity to explain why he is the best candidate for the position. Following, GO-team members may ask questions if needed. Mr. Secretary or Mr. Interim Secretary, the floor is yours.
I just look forward to being on this Go team, serving as secretary. New role for me. I look forward to doing this work.
Excellent. Well said. Please raise your hand to go ahead and vote for our choice of secretary for the Go team. Mr. Bryant, please, all in favor, please raise your hand. Anyone abstaining? Congratulations, Mr. Bryant. You will serve as the Go team secretary for this school year. Now we will elect the Go team's cluster rep. Cluster representatives may also hold an officer position, such as chair, vice chair, or secretary. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the cluster representative include, but are not limited to, attending all cluster advisory team meetings, approximately 3 for the school year, and reporting back to the Go team on how those cluster advisory team meetings. I will now open the floor to receive cluster representative nominations.
I'll nominate that.
Are you wanting to roll off on that? I was gonna say I could do it.
Okay. I think I did it last year. I think it's a great learning experience of some of the dynamics of in the bigger, broader district. And just gives you a perspective on some of it. It's not, I mean, it's I think 3 or 4 meetings. So it's not too bad.
Annette, are you declining? And Ashley?
Whatever's fine.
Whatever's fine by me.
Yeah, I'm the co-president of NAP, so I'm probably in all of those meetings anyway, so. That's
Okay, so Ashley, okay, so we'll put. So with that, for the record, Ms. Sullivan declined the nomination.
I mean, you could do it.
Deferred, yeah, deferred.
Decline. And so if at this time, I will now close the floor. The nomination for the cluster rep will be Ms. Ashley. With this time, would you like to have an opportunity or give an opportunity to explain why you are the best candidate for this position, and the Go team members will ask questions following if needed?
Sure, yes, I've been really involved in NAP's North Atlanta Parents for Public School the last few years, and I currently serve as the co-president with Tina Brooks, and do a lot of APS stuff just in general. So, and I've been on Morris Brand and Go Team the last couple of years as well. So happy to serve.
Please raise your hand if you would like to vote for Ms. Ashley Scott to serve as cluster representative for our Go team. Anyone abstaining? Congratulations, Ms. Scott. You will serve as the Go team cluster rep for this school year. We will now move to our next item of business in reviewing and updating or confirming our Go team's public comment protocol. Public comment opportunities are available for Go teams to hear from interested members in the community. From section 3.4 of our Go team handbook, opportunities for public comment shall be provided at least 4 times in the school fiscal year and noted on the Go team's webpage and meeting agenda. Go team members will not provide responses or engage in direct conversation during public comment. Each Go team will determine a consistent method for receiving public comments and for parents and other citizens to sign up to address them. At least 20 minutes of time will be allotted for the public comment to make comments at meetings where public comment is permitted, and the public will receive at least 2 business days notice of the public comment protocol. Here's the proposed process. This is the process that we utilized last year. The agenda will be posted 1 week in advance of a Go team meeting. If someone wishes to make a public comment, they must sign up at least 24 hours in advance of the meeting to do so. Each speaker will get 2 minutes unless approved for more time by the Go team chair, and a Google form will be created for sign up and posted prior to meetings. And so in the last 3 years, this is the same process we've used. It seems to have worked extremely well. Just wondering, thoughts from the team on this public comment protocol?
Good.
Not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
That's great.
May I have a motion to adopt this public comment protocol?
Motion to adopt public comment protocol.
A second?
Second.
All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, please raise your hand. Anyone abstaining, please raise your hand. Alrighty, we have adopted our public comment protocol. Next, we will move to our meeting calendar. May I have suggestions or recommendations for meeting dates? Now, with our meeting calendar, adhering to the agenda, we must discuss this item where we have at least 6 business meetings this school year, this meeting plus at least 6 more. 4 of the meetings must permit time for public comment. Meetings cannot be held during the instructional school day. Meetings must be live streamed and recorded. And meeting locations for hybrid meetings must be places which can accommodate the public, not a conference room. Here's our proposed meeting dates calendar. These were the dates on the left-hand side of the screen from 2024, 2025. And then on the right side in 25, 26, these are the proposed meeting dates that were developed, with August 19th being an initial meeting. Today, September 16th, public comment. October 7th, public comment. November 11th, public comment. January 27th, the allocation meeting, when we receive our budget from the district and what we're allocating funds to. February 10th, the feedback meeting, which would be public comment based on decisions being made. And then the final March 10th, the finalization meeting, which is not public comment. But we tried to get it as close to similar as last year regarding the dates. So we're within the ballpark of the budget meetings, and that we're giving the correct amount of time for public comment when we get to that season.
I thought our schedule last year was great, so we skipped everything between like Thanksgiving and New Year's, which I think was smart.
Yeah. Okay.
And you've checked these, I assume, against like school breaks and all that kind of stuff.
And as a reminder, even if you can't make the meeting, that virtual option is still there for everyone if there's a need to use it. As now that we have determined our calendar, may I have a motion to approve the calendar?
Motion.
A second?
Second.
All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, please raise your hand. Anyone abstaining, please raise your hand. Please enter these dates into your personal calendar so you don't forget, and we will also have these sent out. I'll have the presentation sent to everyone, so everyone will have it as well.
Dr. Merriweather, are these all at this time at 5:30?
Yes, all at 5:30, yes.
Okay.
All right, so meeting norms. Now we will determine our GO-TEAM meeting norms. We will begin by reviewing the initial GO-TEAM meeting norms, which are: this is a meeting of the GO-TEAM. Only members of the team may participate in discussion. Any members of the public present are here to quietly observe. We will be fully present. We will follow the agenda as noticed to the public and stay on task. We will be respectful of each other at all times. We will be open-minded. We invite and welcome contributions of every member and listen to one another. We will respect all ideas and assume good intentions. And lastly, we will approach differences of opinion with curiosity. These are the same meeting norms that we've used in the past. We haven't seen the need to really update them unless someone has a meeting norm that they're just pressing and dying to get up there. But if everyone is fine with this, may I have a motion to adopt these norms for our GO-TEAM?
Motion to adopt the norms for the GO-TEAM.
A second?
Second.
All in favor? Thank you. All opposed, please raise your hand. Anyone abstaining, please raise your hand. Now we will move to our discussion items on the agenda. Next, we're going to discuss stakeholder engagement. As a charter system, the decisions the GO-TEAM makes shapes our school's future, and the best decisions come from hearing the diverse voices within our school community. When we bring families, students, staff, and our community into the work, not just into the audience, we get stronger ideas, better outcomes, and a shared vision that we can stand behind. So here's the challenge. We're going to look at 4 different groups: families, students, staff, and community. For each one, we will try to take a stab at answering 3 questions. The first one, informing what's a fun or unexpected way to keep them in the loop. What's a meaningful way to get their ideas or feedback? And how can we bring them into the work and not just the audience? Let's get creative, specific, and push past the usual answers. And so here's the chart. And while it's up here, and those of you online, feel free to come off mute. I did have something printed, and I had this cool idea to have us jot notes down, but because we have online viewers, we can just make this more of an engaging conversation under the category. So what we'll do is we'll start with the inform. What's a fun, expected way to keep them in the loop? And so we just kind of popcorn out. You can just pick one. Everyone doesn't have to do all of them, but if like families is the one you want to pick, you would just answer the question for families. If you want to do students and etc. And so we will open the floor for all the different categories, focusing on the inform, a fun, expected way to keep them in the loop.
About what's going on, like in
Yep.
13?
About what's going on within the school.
I mean,
Dr. Merriweather, is it what's going on in the school or what's going on with the Go team?
I would say they're synonymous as far as like
Okay,
team and the school with what we're talking. So I would look at it from kind of both angles.
okay.
I don't think a lot of families know what a Go team is or what it does. So I don't know, I don't know how fun this is, but stick something in the Sutton source that comes out. Hey, did you know this is what your Go team does? Here are our newly elected officers.
It's a good idea.
Not that fun, but it's basics.
And that's on PTA. So we can get
Oh, PTA.
yeah,
Okay.
that's, PTA leads the Sutton source. So Mr. Bryan is taking note
I
of
just
that.
feel like people read that, right?
Yeah.
Somebody on the Go team might be able to help us with that, right, Marissa?
Yep, that's me, guys. I didn't do this in my introduction. I'm the VP of communications for the PTA as well. So
Yeah.
I think that would be a great idea. I mean, you could even highlight specific Go team members, but I think it's important about the staff that you guys that are in the room. I think that's the most important thing to me. Like, I didn't really know that. So I think highlighting some of the teachers is good for the staff and the students and the families.
Why don't we do, this is your team overall. Then next week we can highlight somebody, and each week highlight somebody, and then we'll have another meeting and maybe we'll have something to highlight. So we just give like a little blurb.
Like a Go team highlight. So am I hearing you to say, Marissa, is that we just introduce everyone, name, whatever information, maybe a small blurb, and then until we get through everyone, Go team member highlight with their
Yeah.
contact information, maybe a nice headshot if we have them, and then just kind of post it on the source and then just roll it out for a few weeks until we get through everyone.
I think that'd be great. Also, maybe a highlight of like what we did in the meeting, like, so we're showing like the actions that, action items that we're kind of handling. And because I don't think people know that, I think that's true. So like the Go team discuss this, whatever we're allowed to say. I think would also be good if it's in between these highlighting the specific people.
And Marissa, let's carve out looking at almost creating a section on the Sutton source just for Go team updates. And this is
Okay.
going to be an addition so we can make this ongoing and so it's sustainable throughout the year.
Okay, we can make it a section.
Excellent. Anyone else? Thank you, team, for that. What's a fun, expected way to keep them in the loop? So we hit on, I would say, families and staff. Any other group you guys would want to try to tackle for this question?
Y'all did a great job at the parent pep rally. I feel like so many sixth grade parents that were like, oh my gosh, they felt very connected and engaged. It was great. I loved how you introduced all the staff and stuff.
What about curriculum night? Is there a slide for Go team on curriculum night?
Not
Or is that not
necessarily
really,
because
like,
it's more
more-
content academics,
Yeah, okay, that
focused
makes
there,
sense. Yeah.
not necessarily school governance.
Okay, got it.
I will say for the community, last year we started for the first time, we did our state of the school address. And so when we talk about updates, so keeping that ongoing, although it's once a year, it's an opportunity where we live stream and have it in person to learn all things about the school and the state we're in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, ideally, community is our meetings every meeting could be community too.
Yep.
So, whether we have some kind of fun blurb, the meeting, just, I don't know, to address the community or something we're doing, I don't know.
Yep.
Highlighting the fact that this is supposed to be a public forum and people can come.
Yep. let's shift to the input section. What's a meaningful way to gather ideas or feedback from these different groups within our school?
Do we have an email address? Like a Gmail?
I could work and see if I can get the district to give us like a Sutton Go Team email address.
Yeah.
And maybe everyone will, teachers already get a million, maybe the Go Team chair and vice chair, or say, or we could figure out, just who's monitoring that inbox and just share that information. So, I mean, the idea of having an email box, and also we can include that in the Sutton source for direct questions, instead of us listing our emails, just go to the Go Team email address so everyone's getting the same thing. Yep, and we can bring them, to the
My
discussion.
favorite input too is, reminding people about the public comment and placing a link in the source, or, putting it in front of people.
Did someone online say something? Okay. Any other ways, meaningful ways to gather ideas and feedback? Well, I definitely will say for the students, since under my leadership here, we have our student council. Prior to me, it was just selected students. And so we've made an intentional push to hear from the students, allow them to select their leaders. And so student council, they do a phenomenal job with getting feedback from their peers, being present in the cafeteria in large spaces, and just really navigating the school to kind of get a temperature check on what people are saying and ideas that they have. And there's also a suggestion box in here where students can come throughout the day and drop down notes for the council.
Is there any, I know my son really appreciated being on the student council. It really seems like you instilled some leadership in them. Is there an easy way for some of us as Go Team members to just participate in one of those, or see what a student council meeting is like?
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys were interested, not mandatory,
idea.
but if you wanted to, once we hit the ground rolling and they start having their meetings, they typically meet before school.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's flexible, just depending on what we have on the calendar, but that invitation is always open to really just see and, be part of that conversation with them. Or maybe the one we do kind of can invite everyone. It could possibly depend on everyone's schedule during the day. I don't mind, and I can help lead something as well. So we definitely can explore that.
The morning meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could go in the beginning part
It
of
could
it.
be kind of
when the
fun,
teachers
yeah,
at the beginning
yeah.
of class.
I think we could also, for the public comment ones, push it on Facebook as well. For those that some of you may or may not know, but each class has its own Facebook group. This is obviously more focused to the families column, but maybe we could we'll push it there so that they know like when it is, and that this is a chance for them to comment.
Excellent, excellent. Love that idea. And moving along to the invite, how can we bring them into the work, not just the audience?
What work? Like what piece do we want them to be a part of?
I would say more of just what's happening on the Go Team, just that open communication and transparency about discussion items, topics, big topics. We already know we have one that's snowballing into something large, this long range master's facility. I think I said that wrong, but the long plan for facilities. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely just being very transparent. I think visibility. When we do have like curriculum nights, I mean, maybe if we had a table, all those curriculum night, like we just had a go team rep, just kind of with information, whatever we come up with, just kind of talk about things that we're working collaboratively on for the community and the school.
Yeah. I think it's also the email address is a great invite as well. It's inviting them to be in touch.
Yep. And I think as well, when we do our parent universities, those sessions, it's not just a sit and get. We actually open the floor up for parents to come off mute and actually speak and really share concerns. Now, again, I don't know what they're going to throw out there at us, but we're ready. But for the most part, it's been nothing but great things. And so continuing to stick to parent university and giving our people an opportunity to really speak and share what's on their mind. All right. Anything else before we continue? All righty, that was a good activity. Now we'll move on to our informational items. principals update, APS personal electronic device policy. So of course, you guys know we have a board policy on our devices, and we also have the APS PD board regulation. And so with that, I printed out our cell phone policy. If you would take one and pass it down, that's the original. Now, the beautiful thing about this is we were already light years ahead of, I would say, the state and the district. We had a cell phone policy that went into place last year. And so maybe 1 year ahead, not light years, but you get the point. And I will say just personally, it's been beautiful for us as a school. It's been a game changer. I would like to kind of turn it over to some of the staff. And if you guys want to maybe popcorn out and just share your thoughts on the cell phone policy and how you feel that it's going now that we've started up year 2 of this policy in action. So anyone who wants to pop out.
I feel like, being that we did start last year, it's easier to implement it this year. The kids are like, no, it's like a real law, you guys.
Yeah.
You can't have that, like, so I feel that it was good that we jumped ahead, got ahead.
It really does. Oh, sorry, go ahead. No, I'm about to say it really does keep down the distractions in the classroom completely.
I was just gonna second that. I was gonna say, we really had zero distractions in the last year, like, perfect.
And I will say for me, it's really a beautiful sight to see kids interacting, being able to disagree with one another effectively, just having conversations in the cafeteria, kids who might, not even talk to one another, but just forging relationships. And so the beautiful thing is, we have a supportive community, an amazing one where parents are supportive, the students understand. And so at any point in time you walk in this building, you won't see a smartwatch, earphones in, you won't see a cell phone. I had my boss here the other week, and he's like, I don't see a cell phone in sight. Like, this is like magical. This needs to be replicated. And it's because, again, we broke this out, and we've been consistent as a team, as a school team, where if we see it, it's confiscated. You come the next day, the parents to get it between 10 and 12. And that's just what's been working, and that served us well. And so that's really it on our PED policy. Any questions about this before we move on to the next slide?
I think North Atlanta needs to adopt your policy.
Yeah.
They're a little sort of like, it's on each teacher to have different rules, and it makes it so much harder on the teachers to enforce. If it's just clean and cut and dry. Like,
This is one consistent policy. And, we tell our kids they should be turned off, powered off in the lockers. Now, we're not policing kids, say, oh, we see it in your pocket, because true enough, some of them can self-manage and regulate where they can have it and not be distracted by it. But of course, they know very clearly when we see it, it's taken. And so, again, I'm just thankful for having such great kids who really comply and who are really all in with this policy as well. Beautiful sight. All right, let's keep rolling. All right, so our comprehensive long-range plan. Next on our agenda, we would like to welcome our rep, Ms. Annette Sullivan, to the Long Range Comprehensive Facilities Master Plan Task Force. As many of you know, the task force plays a key role in shaping the future of our district's facilities, ensuring they are aligned with projected enrollment, instructional needs, safety standards, and long-term community use. Over the summer, the task force has been hard at work reviewing data, exploring options, and engaging in important planning conversations. Ms. Sullivan will share an update on what's been done so far, any key decisions or recommendations that have been made, and what's ahead, including opportunities for the public to provide comment. I'll turn it over, and the floor is now open for you, Ms. Sullivan.
Thank you. Well, we were hoping that we were going to get an update before the meeting tonight, but I have still not received one. It's supposed to be coming this week with some updates from the last meeting that we attended. But as Dr. Merriweather said, this is a strategic long-range view of where the planning for the district is going, focusing on the schools with either the buildings that are underused or overused, and some of the programs that are not being used, or some that they want to have into the program. So looking at lots of different things, so the enrollment will be consistent amongst our clusters, potentially, looking at rezoning within the clusters, not necessarily rezoning the clusters themselves is kind of what's been talked about. And they're just trying to get the community involved so that everybody kind of can give their input. So they've had not only the task force meetings, but they have another meeting that's coming up on August 25th where you can do online at noon or attend the public session at 6 o'clock. Hopefully they'll have their update by then. We're hoping for it before then. So it's been interesting, you know, just kind of listening to the different clusters and what their challenges are and sharing what, you know, our different schools and the challenges we have and the cluster that we have. And I mean, their timeline seems to be, it's pretty quick, as you can see with the upcoming public meetings and hopefully some recommendations by the December deadline by the end of the year.
All right, thank you, Annette, for that. I will share, just being very transparent, you guys will see Sutton's name on this long-range facilities plan. That is not to get anyone up in arms or to get anyone anxious, but there is the talk of what will we do as a district with dual campus schools. Sutton being a dual campus school, just being very open and transparent. When you see options, and I actually had a meeting this week with the Deputy Superintendent of Operations, he wanted me to pass the message that please do not get worked up, or if you hear neighbors or anyone getting worked up, just as a reminder to remind them, these are options and nothing is set in stone. And so I'm not even going to just give some examples of options, but when you see them on how we can best utilize both of our buildings, and even if, because an option very well, I guess I will give an option very well could be we keep it as is because of our numbers. That is an option. An option very well could be we turn into 2 different middle schools serving the North Atlanta cluster. So again, those are 2, I think, easy options, but there are some more options that you guys will be presented at those public meetings. So any specific questions for me or Annette that we can probably answer, or best answer, I should say, about this long range plan when it comes to our dual campus school?
I think some things that I'm on the task force too for Brandon, and I think, you know, a couple of things to keep in mind are just asking the question, like, you know, how can we have equitable facilities just in terms of like fields and, you know, the athletic facilities at both campuses if it does go that way, field space. And then the other thing, the Chastain parking, you know, that's such a big fundraiser for us. If we do go to 2, you know, locations, does Powers Ferry keep it? Split? I mean, there's lots of things to think about.
Yep.
There's a lot of talk within the elementaries of, you know, condensing those dual campuses that, you know, several are under enrolled and it just puts strain. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens. They haven't given us specific.
Is it more, are they more, not targeting, but is it more concerned with elementary schools with the dual, how many dual campus are there?
There's 3.
We have 3 in our district alone.
Sarah Smith, Jackson, and Morris Brandon.
So
So
all 3 of
Jackson,
them.
for instance, is very under.
Got it.
They're not even meeting the target for to get like fully funded by the state.
Wow.
So.
And I know I've been open in sharing this, and I don't mind that being recorded, is that it's impossible for 6th graders to join this campus without significant investment in some type of remodeling, renovation, or structure.
Yeah.
We're already at the seams with just 7th and 8th graders in the Northside campus. And so again, and of course, vice versa, we can't bring them over there because the building's just too small. So again, I'm just sitting back and, you know, open to ideas. And of course, the goal is to make sure we sustain our district and we make sure that we're, from a budget standpoint, that we're not in a deficit or pulling from other accounts to meet budget requirements. And so we'll sit back, and I think as a Go team, the best thing that we can do as far as, for example, our Sutton source, putting information there with the email address, because my goal as principal, you guys, is to not get anyone up in arms, but just to keep the waters calm. Because that's, as a Go team, as leaders on this, I'm depending and I'm expecting everyone at this table to assist me with that when the questions really do start rolling out. When we probably will get to some more detailed conversation on how to best navigate and manage questions. But as we get closer, I just do see several families reaching out, if not all of them, just about the future, especially specifically for Sutton.
Can I ask a quick question about timeline of this? And I mean, I'm definitely going to join one of these public meetings, but is this something that's like, I know it's called the 2040 plan, but is this something like when they're talking about the consolidation of campuses, is this like in 5 years? Is this in 10 years? Like, where is this plan in a timeline way?
They haven't really said,
Okay.
think about it.
So you were waiting to hear back on, I guess, implementation of it and what that will look like in those dates. And so I guess at one of these meetings, hopefully the August 25th meeting, we'll hear something that we're able to share.
Got it.
So Marissa, can we put that, like the public meeting stuff in the Sutton source? Because I think I saw the big sign up front. That was great, you know, for people to, when they walk in, the sign at the front. But they're just really trying to encourage people to come to the meetings and make their voice heard too.
Absolutely. That 25th is a virtual one?
It's both. Noon is virtual and 6 p.m. is downtown.
You
in
gotta go
person.
downtown, yeah.
And it takes a bit.
Got it. If someone could just send me like, if there's any further details, you know, like where virtually that someone will need to go to access the meeting, I'll get it in for this weekend.
We appreciate you for that, Marissa.
Totally.
All righty. And so next we will move on to announcements. Before we move on, I want to highlight an important upcoming event, the G3 Summit on Saturday, September 27th. We need as many GO team members as possible to attend. This is a critical opportunity to come together in person and shape the future of our schools. Strategic planning for the 25 through 30 is underway, and your voices, ideas, and leadership, they are essential. You'll be learning about your school's new strategic plan, best practices, and how it works for APS Forward 2040 and plus much more. Please save the date, and if you are able to attend, we would love to have you there. Also, the GO Team office would like to remind all GO Team members that they are required to complete orientation within 1 year of joining the team, and it must be renewed every 4 years. Failure to complete the orientation training will result in removal from the GO Team, and please contact the GO Team office if you have any questions. Now, as far as on the school's end regarding announcements, as we are in week 3, in my 9 years being here, this has probably been the best couple of weeks, and I knock on wood every morning because the best couple of weeks we've had. The kids have been great, the staff, everything is just rocking and rolling. Now, of course, we all know that T word, transportation, is something that we're in constant communication with the department and trying to work collaboratively with them to get our kids here on time and to have them picked up on time. And so that is ongoing. I know I was in the PTA executive board meeting. PTA, they're working on drafting communications to send to district leadership regarding just ongoing transportation concerns. And so other than that, we've done extremely well. Coming up, our our back to school bash. I keep saying that. Our back to school bash on the 29th. Historically, we've always done it on the Saturday, but I'm super thrilled that we're doing it with PTA and we're going to have it during the school year, during the school day. The kids are excited. And so we talk about equity and, allowing everyone to attend. Teachers get to attend and all kids as well get to attend. And so that's really where we are. We had town halls last Friday, all grade levels. And so just an introductory to the school year, expectations, norms, things of that sort. And so after the bash, we'll probably do a pep rally for this campus, just kind of kicking off the year together. And then that'll be it. Any questions for me regarding the first couple of weeks of school?
Who's going down the slide at the back to school bash?
Dr. Merriweather.
Always in the border down here. They had always in the so what are you about to say, Joe?
2 bashes for each campus, or is all gonna be, so they'll get bused here?
They're going to be driven over the 6th graders for about 2.5 hours. And so we have a time just to maximize, funding and just what would be easier because we just want to knock it out in one day.
A lot of fun. Yeah. Are you gonna do the same sort of
Same thing, but just make it a big bigger. Because we're going to have so many kids out there.
Yeah.
And so it'll be on the football field, DJs, trucks, and a lot of bouncy houses. And so looking forward to just celebrating as a community and just having fun as a
Awesome.
school.
It's a great idea.
Any other questions for me? Feel free. Favorite color, favorite Netflix show. Where's Amy Bradley? I believe I've been watching that. You had a question?
Did transportation ever contact you guys last year about like exploring the fleets to sixth grade and seventh and eighth grade, like separately, two different fleets?
So that's still in conversation. They've had a
Okay.
transition
Ask them
in,
to do that.
they've had a transition in leadership downtown in transportation. And so they've just been doing observations recently and lately, just seeing what we're saying to them as a school with the data that we have. And so that's, and the most we've been doing right now has been able to keep this data collection going on the number of kids being late, the amount of time, the number of times they're missing class. And so that's just where we are.
And you want parents to document via Let's Talk, or what's the most effective way to also help?
Let's Talk actually works,
Yeah.
simply because it keeps track of all of that. And so I would say when you're getting and you're seeing it in Facebook groups and things, send them to Let's Talk regarding
Okay.
the transportation concerns. And for the life of me, if everyone can help me with this, in our school, we do not manage transportation. The bus drivers do. They don't report to me when the bus drivers are late or when they don't show up at all. I get the nasty email and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm driving my car, not a bus. And so if you would just kindly remind them that we have an entire district office responsible for that and the school is not, that would be lovely.
So is it Adam there?
Adam is there. We had John Franklin before.
Oh, yeah.
So John Franklin left and then
Yeah,
Adam came
okay,
over.
so
Yep,
Adam's
yep. So he's still there.
From Charlotte.
Yep.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Well, we started at 5:34 and the time is 6:22. And so with that, this meeting is officially concluded. And just to our newbies on the team, this typically is how our Go teams operate. We get through our agenda, we go, we have the questions, we have the talks that need to be had, and then we are out of here as we do this work for our school and community. So thank you guys for joining me alongside, this journey that we're about to embark upon, and I look forward to a great year. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Right, I was gonna say, I'm looking at my notes. I was like,
Okay, Mr. Secretary.
all right, do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
A motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Oh, yeah, I gotta focus. Okay. All right, all members approve, all members, raise your hand if you approve. All right, motion to adjourn.
Thank you. All right, to my onliners, appreciate you joining us on via Zoom. We'll see you at our next meeting.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Focus.
Yeah.